Sunday Night Football on Thanksgiving night from Baltimore, Maryland. 10-0 is our halftime score. Figured to be a defensive struggle, figured to be low scoring, and really there's one big play is the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, the long pass set up the only touchdown so far. Joe Flacco throwing one in there to Torrey Smith, so we'll make it the Burger King inside edge. How about that? We talked about the fact that Ike Taylor sort of set up to the outside, inviting Torrey Smith to the inside because he knew he had help on the inside. There it is. Brett Kiesel is going to drop underneath, and he's going to be the guy to take away the inside throw. Unfortunately for Kiesel, he's not used to dealing with quarterbacks. Joe Flacco looks him off just far enough, makes him lean a little left, throws it behind him, and there it is, your Burger King inside edge for the only touchdown of the game. Check out more insights from tonight on NBC Sports Live Extra.
And of course the big play that I referred to was the 54-yard pass that set that up, that was initially ruled a touchdown, and then they put the ball back at the 1-yard line, and from there they scored the only touchdown of the game. Rushing yardage, Baltimore with 47, Pittsburgh only 20, despite the fact Bell's carried the ball 9 times tonight. Total yardage 151 to 98, and Pittsburgh's had a little bit more possession time, but a couple of long drives resulting in no points.
Well, be careful with this guy. San Francisco 49ers will tell you all about him.
Sean Sweezum had a little adventure in the opening half, jumping the gun on a field goal attempt. Will send it down to Jacoby Jones. And he'll get to run this back from the 1-yard line. And Jones will dance his way out past the 30 to the 32-yard line as we go to Michelle.
Well, I just spoke with Mike Tomlin, who told me he's not overly concerned about his team trailing 10-0. He said, it's not what they're doing to us, it's our lack of execution. We've got to pay greater attention to detail. They will be without Brett Kiesel, their defensive end, who is out with a left injury now. As for John Harbaugh, he loves what his defense is doing. He wants them to continue to prevent Ben Roethlisberger from stepping up in the pocket and taking shots. Elvis Dumerville, by the way, left ankle sprain, questionable.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Keep an eye on him when their defense comes back out. Here's Bernard Pierce. And of course, Harbaugh should be very pleased with that defensive performance. Only 98 yards for Pittsburgh in the opening half.
Yeah, and you're starting to get a feel for these two teams and the possibility of their getting hot. The winner of this game is going to be very dangerous moving forward.
No huddle, 2nd and 6. The catch is made by Jones. Very big game, obviously, for both teams because they come in 5 and 6. The winner's going to get a leg up in the fight for a wild card berth or maybe even a division title. But if Baltimore were to lose the game, doubly tough because they then will have lost both games to Pittsburgh, and that would be a huge tiebreaker.
Both these teams still have a shot against Cincinnati as well.
They do. Bengals will play at San Diego on Sunday afternoon. And here's Pierce to the 48. And just to refresh the standings in the AFC North, and they've tightened up in the past couple of weeks since he is 7-4. Winner of this game is going to go to 6-6, and the loser 5-7, and the Browns are 4-7 right now. Mike Tomlin pacing the sideline here, 2nd down and 8, exhorting his defense. Here they come. Flacco jostled as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Cortez Allen with the coverage that time on Jones. Polamalu was blitzing, 3rd and 8.
Troy Polamalu right here is going to get the immediate pressure, and then it's going to come from behind. Watch a little pirouette here, working against Bernard Pierce, and Lawrence Timmons and Jason Worlds almost got there. So you get the idea now. Dick LeBeau, unwilling to just sit back, he's going to fire a few bullets here in this half.
3rd and 8. Pass is caught. Smith. And Smith starts to stumble. Let's see where they mark his forward progress. Naked eye, it looks to be, well, it's going to be right on the line, so it should be a 1st down. And as they take a look at the sideline, goes down just at the 44-yard line. Going to measure.
I tell you, that's pretty close. When that knee went down, they're getting a pretty good spot out of that one.
Very good spot, and you can tell Tomlin hates that spot. He's right there. He can see it, and it looks like it's going to be a first down.
That's interesting. Where was he touched? To go down is one thing, and to be touched when you're down is the other.
Right. Now, that was a 3rd and 8. So a critical spot on a 3rd down play. Blakeman, chain gang coming in. Of course, Tomlin could challenge this spot. It's going to be a first down. And does Mike want to challenge it and maybe lose it and lose a second half timeout? You take a look. Knee is down. There's the ball. The official sticks are actually on the near side as you look at it. You saw those sticks there on the far side. The official sticks are on the near side. Tomlin's still pacing, still upset, but he's not going to challenge. And I agree with him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I don't think you win that challenge.
Even if you do, they probably go for it on 4th down.
Yep. Flacco swings it to the outside. Brown off a pick. And Marlon Brown makes his first catch of the night. And that is good for a first down. Rookie out of Georgia.
Well, throwing the Steelers screen right back at him here. Everybody's coming this way and kicking it out. And Marlon Brown has really stepped up. I remember watching this young man playing against Carolina in preseason, having a huge game. He had monster games in the preseason, and more now you really get the feeling that he's going to be a factor coming down the stretch for them.
Brown with 5 touchdown catches this season in his rookie campaign. Flacco at the 33-yard line. They double team Polamalu on the blitz. Caught by Bernard Pierce, tackled by Timmons after a short gain.
Well, Eugene Monroe, we talked about him, came over from Jacksonville right here working against the young phenom and Jarvis Jones, who they are so high on. They think that his potential is just unlimited.
Here goes Pierce. He gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it really is amazing, isn't it, to watch Baltimore try and run the football after all those years. And Ray Rice and Bernard Pierce seem like they averaged up close to 5 yards per carry, but totally different team. Without Kelechi Osemele, who ended up having a back injury that they didn't even really know about. They just know his play was down. They went in and got him looked at, and they said he has to have immediate surgery. He's in danger. He was a force over there. This just has not been the same offensive line.
It's almost impossible to average less than 3 yards per rush. Flacco escapes, gets it away, and gets the first down on a pass to Torrey Smith. So nice movement. William Gay came in on a corner blitz, but Flacco was able to see it, move those shoulders, get away, gets the pass away, moves the chains.
Come with a corner blitz, and one of the problems is if it doesn't get there, because Dick LeBeau likes to play those zone defenses in behind the blitz. That time he went right across the formation to where the blitzer was. Nobody home.
Flank Rice wide left. And they give it to Rice. And Rice through the middle. And Rice takes the ball to the 11-yard line. Tackled by Ryan Clark. And Rice, who's had such a tough time getting anything this year, has his longest gain of the night.
Well, that was nice. Little trap from Marshall Yonder, going to come right over here and kick out. And Rice is just going to shoot right through that tiny little gap. And tell you, with the way this team can throw the ball deep, you give them even a little bit of a running game, they could be a force here in the last quarter of the season.
2nd down and 1. And it's a high snap and a flag. Michael
There's a flag on the field.
We know that.
Okay. 3 in the booth.
That's right. I'm used to that.
False start. Offense, right tackle. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd down and 6. Rice from 8 through 12, 4.5 per carry. Pierce 4.9. This was a big time 1-2 punch, and their numbers right now with Pierce picking up a 10th tonight. Went from 2.7 to 2.8. 2nd and 6. And it's thrown and incomplete as It was Torrey Smith stopping, turning around, and Ike Taylor right there with him. Third down.
Well, every time the free safety goes to the middle of the field and it's one-on-one on the outside, Joe Flacco goes right there. That's his guy. But Ike Taylor now, that's 2 in a row he's made a big play on. And so now it's a huge third down. I see Mike Tomlin saying, I told you.
Yeah, big time.
I told you. He just doesn't flinch. You know, you can beat him once or twice, but he doesn't back up.
Yeah, touchdown makes this a 3-possession game. And in these street brawls, that's a big, big lead. And that pass is incomplete. So a big third down stop right there. Ziggy Hood came in and was able to jostle the quarterback as Flacco threw it away. Fourth down.
You know, those were plays in the past that Ray Rice just won all those battles. You know, he was a guy that had a way of making teams pay when you wanted to play coverage on him one-on-one on the outside. He's getting back to form, but he's just not quite there yet.
34-yard attempt for Justin Tucker. Had a great rookie year. Second year out of the University of Texas. Cook gets it down. 24 straight field goals for Justin Tucker, and Baltimore's lead is 13-zip.
Rugby. We all have our role. His is to beam the game to the world, and theirs to make sense of it. His is to wave his flag till his arms ache. Theirs for the fans back home. His is to make sure the team get there safe, and his that the kit does too. Their job is to support the best team in the world. Theirs is to be it. And we've got their back. Because at AIG, that's our job.
And here he gets the ball, looks to throw it, just slips right out of his hand. Wow.
Boy, it's a struggle to get every single yard that they're earning here.
Yeah, bring that hustle up. Come on, we're done. Come on, slap some hands. Come on. Slap some hands, some butts. That means it's time.
The Blacklist starring James Spader is the #1 new show on television this Monday. Don't miss the fall finale. The Blacklist, Monday, 10 Eastern and Pacific, 9 Central and Mountain. Right here on NBC. Edgar Allan Poe. And of course, that's where the name Ravens would come from. The Baltimore Ravens coming into existence after leaving Cleveland, beginning a new history here in 1996. Dick LeBeau, 55th year of coaching, consecutive season, going over the charts with his defense. Right now they need something on offense. An area point to this point in the third quarter as Felix Jones downs it in the end zone. And Roethlisberger will have the ball for the first time in the second half when we come back.
A cold, raw, rainy night. It is very uncomfortable for the fans, very uncomfortable for the players. A very damp and raw kind of an evening.
The temperatures have fallen as the afternoon has segued into the evening.
Brady stands in the pocket, fires to the end zone, and is caught. Touchdown.
Fox Sports proudly presents the NFL. Spectacular. Sensational.
But most of all, big, bigger, biggest. The NFL on Fox Sports.
Please, 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 please help me.
The Walking Dead, Season 4, coming soon on Fox.
Howard's trying to throw the ball around here.
Hey, man, he's showing me some skills right there.
That's ridiculous. That was so good.
I love the fact that we can score 27 points a game on average. I love that. However, you still got to be tough, especially when...
Happy Thanksgiving from the Baltimore Ravens and the Suggs family.
There he is, Terrell Suggs. Such an instrumental part of a couple of Super Bowl teams. 11 years in the NFL. Played, of course, last year with the Super Bowl champions. #1 draft choice back in 2003. And a man who sacked Roethlisberger more than anyone else. And the pass is caught, and Heath Miller out to the 41-yard line. So the Steelers in dire need of getting something going here, down 13-0 early in the third.
Well, part of their success on that one is they are double teaming Suggs on the outside. And I tell you, Pittsburgh's got a pretty impressive streak going now. 3 straight weeks. Mario Williams and Ndamukong Suh, Phil Taylor of the Browns. None of those guys show up on the stat page. And so far tonight, Suggs has not shown up on the stat page.
All marquee names.
And he was the one they were targeting. They did not want him to beat them tonight.
Keep it on the ground. And this is Bell. Le'Veon Bell out to the 47-yard line. And there is Suggs making the stop. 2nd down and 4. Suggs' career against the Steelers, 14.5 sacks plus 5 in postseason. 3 sack fumbles in the regular season, a couple of picks as well.
You know, the other thing they were worried about was they think they know the signals. He had an interception on a quick screen once where it truly did look like he knew exactly what the call was, and the Steelers were cognizant of that here tonight.
2nd down and 4. It's caught by Miller, but he's going to get ridden down at the 49 by Josh Bynes.
Go back to 2010, Terrell Suggs. You'll see Ben barking out the audible. Suggs paying attention. Walks out a little bit, takes a stride. Now watch this move. Right up the field, thank you very much, and would have had a walk-in if he hadn't stumbled down.
Steelers come to the line without a huddle. 3rd down, 2 from the 49. And through the middle is a big hole there for Bell. Inside the 40. Bell inside the 20, and then finally ridden down, 1st and goal. Matt Elam, rookie #1 pick out of Florida, rides him down after a gain of 43 yards.
Well, good double team over here on this side as they get a little movement. Just secure Haloti Ngata, and so many times that's the key. But boy, that's the kind of breakout play they've been waiting for from Le'Veon Bell. And once again now, that was his best game of the year, was against the Ravens. Maybe he's getting it going again.
He had 27 yards total on 10 carries before that point. 43 there. That's the longest run against the Ravens this season. From the 8. Incomplete.
I tell you,
the Ravens, just make the point, Chris, so good in the red zone defensively.
And the Steelers so bad. I mean, This has been sort of the nightmare matchup so far this year, because the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously at this point in the game, they've got to put a touchdown on the board here, but this is what the Ravens do best. So this final 8 yards is going to be an uphill grind.
Spread it out, empty the backfield. Ravens have allowed only 1 rushing touchdown all year. That would be week 4, Fred Jackson, Buffalo. 2nd and goal.
Pay attention to Heath Miller in the slot and Jericho Cotry. Those are the two guys.
Cotry with 7 touchdown catches. Roethlisberger backing away, finding time, throwing an incomplete. Intended for Cotry and broken up by Jimmy Smith, 3rd and goal.
I'll tell you, you have to give Kelvin Beachum some credit, man. This guy is hanging in here. You know, and Ben's buying some time. Really, you get this kind of time, that kind of protection, he moves around. Usually Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers score a touchdown out of that. Very impressive that time on the back end by the Ravens.
Elvis Dumerville shaken up at the end of the first half is in there now. Suggs, a look at him. Roethlisberger, play clock winding down, 3rd and goal. Brings Sanders to the inside. Ben stepping up, gets it away, and it's caught in the back of the end zone. Roethlisberger extending, hits Emmanuel Sanders to finally get Pittsburgh some points.
Nice move in the back of the end zone by Emmanuel Sanders, but that was all Ben Roethlisberger, just buying some time. Watch Sanders, going to go right down the middle of the field between the hash marks, fake to the outside, back to the inside. Ben sees it. Luckily, nobody flying in. Here's Sanders coming in, and really everybody sort of leans that way, and then they can't react late. Darryl Smith fooled just enough by Sanders' huge touchdown for the Steelers.
4th touchdown reception of the year for Sanders. Squeeze him for the extra point. So they go 80 yards in 7 plays, 2 runs and 5 passes. 6:26 remaining in the 3rd. It's now 13-7 Ravens.
Hand up to Moreno, right side, nice hole, stiff arm. Moreno's out in the open, jumps over the top of Ed Reed, jumps right over the top of him.
Reggie breaks tackle after tackle. Oh, what a great effort by Reggie. Breaking tackle, stays on his feet.
Running to the left, breaks a tackle, 35-30, open field. Touchdown, Alfred Morris. At that home run celebration.
Finds a little crease left side. CJ on the run at the 45.
Dropped his shoulder and accelerated through those 2 tackles. Great run by CJ Spiller.
Throws to the left side, caught by Ballard. 10, 5, he dives for the end zone. Colts win! Colts win! Colts win! He's at the 5. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown! Tight!
50, 10, 5, there he goes! Touchdown! Trent Richardson!
Trying to pick a hole, nothing there. And gets another block.
He's on the angle! Touchdown! Kansas City!
Looks for running room, got a big hole. He's across the 30, there goes Beast Mode. He's gonna run away! They're not gonna catch him! Touchdown! Seahawks!
He's run for more than 2,000 yards. He's running back immortality, making him the 7th player in NFL history to run for 2,000 yards. The crowd comes to its feet to salute the best running back in the NFL.
A question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever take your hat off?
If you had hair like mine, you'd never take your hat off. I do on the trips. I try to limit exposure to the trips and the national anthem.
Hey.
Short little road trip for us. We're back with you on Sunday night. It'll be the Giants and the Redskins meeting up on Sunday Night Football. It all starts with football night at 7 Eastern time. And a lot of storylines, I'd say, going into that game on Sunday night, my man.
We'll have a few conversations, won't we?
You would think.
Yep.
Giants Redskins Sunday night. 72 hours from now. Actually more like 69 and a half, but who's counting? Sweezum's kickoff. Fielded at the goal line by Jones.
Look out.
Jacoby Jones gets by Sweezum. And taken down at the 27-yard line. Only Cortez Allen stood between Jones and the goal line. Touchdown saving tackle.
What a play by Cortez Allen to give his team a chance. This thing opens up wide open, and they've got a blocker in front for Sweezum. They had no chance whatsoever. And Cortez Allen is basically keeping the Steelers in this thing. They take that touchdown off the board with one right back, and all the momentum's gone. What a brilliant play by Cortez Allen. I didn't think anybody was going to catch Jacoby Jones.
73-yard run back. The ball at the 27-yard line. Play action. Flacco throws, caught to the 11-yard line. Goes the tight end, Ed Dixon.
Absolutely love the call right here by Jim Caldwell. Right after the big play, everybody's flying to go get the run. You think you're going to come out and play a little ball control, go right to the bootleg. Very decisive play call.
Now comes up in the pistol from the 11-yard line. Give it to Rice. Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8. Clark and Timmons make the tackle, and little conversation.
Yeah, Ryan Clark said take that kind of thing, and this is starting to get a little salty out here right now. Ryan Clark did put a big hit on him, and Rice trying to get back after it. Watch the tail end of that thing. That was a little helmet-to-helmet shot. Of course, no penalty with the ball carrier just coming through the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 8. Flacco underneath to Rice, and he can't go anywhere. And that time it's Lawrence Timmons making the tackle. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Big 3rd and 7 upcoming. Rice inside handoff only to the 5. So they try a couple of runs. Crowd hates that call. Timmons makes the tackle. He's been in on all 3 last stops, and it's 4th down.
Big play here, back-to-back by Timmons to make the open field tackle and then come back and make that one as well. He has become the defensive signal caller in there when Larry Foote got hurt, and we've got a flag down.
Just came down well after the play.
I think we've got unsportsmanlike.
Cleet Blakeman.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 27.
Wow.
15-yard penalty.
Well, Rice was joined with Clark, and then he continued that, and that turns a chip shot field goal into something a little bit more.
Only matters if you miss, but
turns a 23-yard field goal attempt into a 38-yard field goal attempt. Justin Tucker, 24 straight, and there's 25 to make it a 2-possession lead again. 3:49 left in the 3rd. 16-7 Baltimore.
Flacco now is going to be hit. He's hit. Then he is sacked. 1 each of 5. Sack for Holland Smith. Hit by London Bledsoe.
Oh man, Ware came through there like a banshee. McAfee gets the snap.
Raymond blocks it. It's loose inside the 10. Raymond picks it up at the 5. Raymond to the goal line. Touchdown, Houston! He fumbled it, and the Cardinals try to save it. That was incredible. Throws right side, tipped, and intercepted.
J.J. Watt, another pass deflected.
Off to the races, 10, 5, touchdown.
Handed off, and the ball is out. The Bengals scramble after. Gilbert takes it into the end zone.
Flacco, quick throw, pass is going to be intercepted. This is Chris Harris down the Broncos sideline. 99 yards, Chris Harris. Steps, fires to the left, intercepted. Oh, right sideline, 35, 40. He's going to go all the way.
Throws, it's batted up in the air.
Batted and tipped.
Caught by the Colts.
The quarterback took a hit, and the ball was up in the air. The defensive lineman, look what I got.
And this ball thrown behind. Brandon Carr says, hey, looky here, and a touchdown.
The ball is it caught and knocked away? It's picked off, intercepted. Rodney Barber down the sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay, Rodney Barber.
Sanchez is back to throw. He is going to be hit and sacked. And a fumble on the play. Patriots recover. The game is over.
Okay. Get to it. Nice ball. Oh, come on, catch it. Just catch it.
Back on the ball. I want to see it again. Get our head out of our. We're playing sloppy. Let's go.
Jesus, jailbreak.
Damn, what are we doing?
Way too slow. Are you alive?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's go, dude.
Oh, man.
Come on, fellas, we got to start better than that.
Well, last week, Ray Rice, several Ravens, helped serve over 500 dinners at the Helping Up Mission Men's Shelter here in Baltimore.
Ray Rice very instrumental in efforts to stop bullying around town. Great story today on the Today Show. And does a lot of good things. Wasn't going to take any bullying on the field in that series either. But a big 4-point tackle by Cortez Allen. You got to keep that in mind.
Here's Justin Tucker's kickoff. This is Sanders out from the goal line. And he gets taken down at the 20-yard line by Matt Elam. 3:43 left in the third. Big game in Baltimore tonight. 16-7 Ravens.
Please. 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 Please help me.
The Walking Dead, Season 4, coming soon on Fox.
The crowd is electric.
This is fun.
Yeah, to just soak it in and look around and start to recognize the magnitude of what this is and how fortunate we all are to be here.
Take a look at this. It seems impossible, right? You can't always believe your eyes. They can trick you. And that's pretty much what Brain Games is all about.
Brain Games on National Geographic Channel.
Guard the 50, Ed. Guard the 50. Great job. That man had a plan. Good job. Play the game. Communicate. Communicate.
Why am I thankful? I got a loving wife and 3 children. Obviously, I've been blessed professionally. I got a great job. I work with great people on a daily basis.
I'm thankful for my wife and my 2 beautiful children, healthy children, and just being able to live the NFL dream in Baltimore and enjoy the fans and the great teammates and the great memories that I've had.
Don't try to get anything by him.
That was a 4-point play no matter how you want to slice it.
From the 36-yard line, here's Pierce. Pierce up to the 42-yard line. Tackled by Cameron Hayward, son of the not the late, but the Ironhead Hayward, who played running back, of course, for New Orleans.
Well, one of the guys that's been causing headaches tonight is Jason Worlds, right in behind there, 93, and so they just double team him here. So go ahead, we're going to make Will Allen come up and make a tackle.
2nd and 4, and this is Pierce, tackled by Polamalu.
You know, it's been a little while since I've seen Troy Polamalu play the way that he has. Of course, missed all last year with that cap injury. He's up there playing that linebacker position in the dime defense again. But watch how quickly he closes on the ball when he sees it. That ball's in the air, and he is right there right now. And when he's playing like that, the Steelers are a different defense.
3rd and 4. Good protection up front. Great protection. Gives Flacco a lot of time. Throws. Caught. Inside the 25-yard line. Jacoby Jones. Tackled by Allen. And what a job by that offensive line. 33 yards.
Does this look familiar? Looks like Ben Roethlisberger. Great protection up front. And Flacco just keeps moving, keeps wiggling around until he can finally fire one down the field. That was 3rd down. And once again, when Jacoby Jones is healthy, he just has a knack for big plays, and Flacco keeps giving him these opportunities, and he keeps making them. I thought his playoff run last year was as good as anything I ever saw.
Sensational. That's why they call him Mr. 120. End of the 3rd. 16-7 Baltimore. Sunday Night Football continues after these messages.
On 1st down, Stafford has it knocked out of his hand. It's a loose ball. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now in motion is Stafford on 3rd down. Backpedals, finds him. The catch, the touchdown. Stafford, pass is caught. That's Ogletree for the touchdown.
Don't think. You know it. Let's go. Thinking gets you in trouble.
Right now, what I'm seeing here is we're thinking so much, we're getting lined up, but we're not violent.
We can practice very average and be very average, or we can practice great and be great, man.
You really shouldn't score there. You know that, right? Because now we got to kick off to them. They could go score, kick an onside kick and win the game. Yeah, it's a get down victory. So that's why I don't get 5.
But it's a touchdown. It doesn't matter. We don't want a touchdown. We want the game to be over.
It is over.
No, it's.
And tonight's aerial coverage from Baltimore being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and Michelle Tafoya on this Thanksgiving night. M&T Bank Stadium, each team 5 and 6. 16-7 Baltimore as we start the final quarter for the 1st and 10 at the 24 of the Steelers.
Haven't seen a lot of the Wildcat tonight out of the Ravens. 120 said, no, we don't want any more Wildcat, and we haven't seen it.
Meanwhile, went to commercial. You saw Jones on the sideline after that long catch and paying a bit of a price as Flacco throws, and it's going to be hauled in but out of bounds. And Torrey Smith was there, couldn't even hold on anyway. He was on the chalk, and the ball came loose, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I thought Torrey Smith had that. It was just working one-on-one on Ike Taylor, and of course Torrey with that great speed. This thing was a remarkable throw by Flacco. He was under pressure from 2 different guys. Polamalu tries to fly back and get underneath it, but that one was dropped right in the bucket and dropped, period. That was a perfect throw.
They came off and then a play stoppage for a false start.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's another one on Orr. That's 3.
Anytime you end up with Troy Polamalu on your side, you know something's up, and they had the stunt and the loops. But I will say this, compared to what we saw last week against the Jets, and the Jets have one of the best defensive lines, if not the best, in all of football. But this offensive line is a major step up from what we saw last week.
Flacco retreats, sets up the screen. Rice, and bursting through to break up the blocking convoy was William Gay. Stopping him after a gain of 2. 3rd and 13 now.
Boy, William Gay's starting to put a couple of good games together now. He was terrific last week in Cleveland, and comes up with a play there when they need it most. I mean, this is a no-doubter. They have to keep him out of the end zone now.
Jones back in the game, flank him wide to the left. Dick LeBeau watching his defense dig in. 3rd and 13. 4-man rush. Flacco throws high and incomplete. Pass was intended for Dallas Clark. So it'll be 4th down now, and you'll be looking at about a 45-yard field goal attempt.
Well, you don't have to be big to be a good blocker. Watch Ray Rice here. We call this a chip. Yeah, that's a big chip on a big guy right there on Jason Worlds. They have turned their attention that way. He's been disruptive. Big block by Rice.
Tucker 3 for 3 tonight. 48, 34, 38. This one 45. And his banner season continues. 13:59 left in regulation. 19-7 Baltimore.
Strippers Cars for Cash continues.
You better get down here a bit lively.
And there's some new surprises in store, starting with tougher challenges.
The noise of it is unbelievable.
And rougher climates. But top profit still means pole position, and there's all to play for.
Bosh, Holland, look at that.
The guys are back on the road in Strippers Cars for Cash on National Geographic Channel.
Whereabouts you based? Pardon? Where's that?
Fox Sports proudly presents the NFL. Spectacular. Sensational. But most of all, big, bigger, biggest. The NFL on Fox Sports.
Take a look at this. It seems impossible, right? You can't always believe your eyes. They can trick you. And that's pretty much what Brain Games is all about.
Brain Games on National Geographic Channel.
Hey, bring that hustle up. Come on, we're done. Come on, slap some hands. Come on. Slap some hands, some butts. That means it's time we're done.
Get your big off here. Let's go. Come on, come on. Fight through adversity. When something bad happens, okay, can you step up and be a man and make the next play when your number's called?
As John Lennon said.
Do you think the quarterback's as old as the rest? Number 7's not the biggest guy in the world, but a big heart.
A lot of kids playing football. on Thanksgiving. Crowd, of course, enjoying every moment here. To this point, 19-7. A minute into the fourth quarter. And the kick is going to go out of bounds, and it's going to bring it back out to the 40-yard line. So Justin Tucker, of all things, boots one away.
Free kick out of bounds. The ball we placed at the 40-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, you know, we missed our turkey today. But
Your buddy.
I brought one for you. You know who left this in the booth?
I do know.
Our good buddy Dan Deerdorf, and we congratulate Dan on a spectacular career, retiring after 30 years of broadcasting, was in the booth here.
Your former partner.
Right, on Monday night.
And one of the great guys, really.
Thanks, Dan. He went all out.
It's as close as we came to turkey today.
From the 40-yard line. Roethlisberger begins this drive. And the pass is not caught. It looked like Brown had it and got it ripped away. Jimmy Smith covering on the play. It'll be second down and 10.
I'll tell you, one of the guys who's really stepped up this year is Jimmy Smith. He's a tall guy, long arms, and he's been more physical this year than I've ever seen him. Those are plays he just wouldn't make in the past. They just kept encouraging him and encouraging to get more physical, use those long arms, and now that he's doing it, he's been tough to beat.
Roethlisberger stepping up to avoid the pressure, sliding left and throws, completes it to Le'Veon Bell to the 46-yard line. And that'll set up a 3rd and 4.
I can't say enough good things about the left tackle, Kelvin Beachum. I mean, here's a guy nowhere on the radar screen for the Pittsburgh Steelers when the season started. Got his chance because of the injury to Marquise Pouncey, and he's proven that you don't have to be 6'8" and have long arms to play left tackle. He is hanging in there against Suggs.
And Baltimore takes a timeout. And let's go to Michelle.
Well, guys, I asked Ravens cornerback Jimmy Smith, whom you're talking about what makes Ben Roethlisberger difficult to defend. And he said Ben's awareness in the pocket is ridiculous. Someone can have a great sack on him, and he escapes and throws the ball downfield. He's like the king of loose plays right now. That's his strongest point, and that's something you have to try to take away from him. And as we've seen, that's easier said than done.
You bet. Thank you, Michelle, as Roethlisberger gets ready to come to the line for a 3rd and 3. And again, every third down becomes pretty big right now. This game, the importance of it can't be overstated in terms of the winner's going to be in pretty good shape in terms of a road to the playoffs, and the loser is going to be in fairly close to dire straits. 3rd and 3. And he's able to convert as Ben hits Emmanuel Sanders across the 50, forward progress to the 49-yard line, first down.
And just the old Peyton Manning play. It's so hard to stop. Tony Dungy here tonight. That outside receiver comes and bends to the inside, even if you know it's coming. Sometimes hard to stop. And just such a significant drive now for the Steelers. They've got to get this one going.
Quick toss. Bell. And the rookie running back for a gain of 9 yards. Tackled by Suggs. It'll be second down and 1.
Boy, here's the maturation of a young player. Le'Veon Bell come with the slot blitz over here, and he has the presence of mind to know that he's hot. Does not run into, who's that, Darryl Smith there on the outside. Ben knew exactly. Of course, that helps when your quarterback tells you out there. But that's taking advantage.
5 catches tonight for Bell. Also carried 12 times for 70 yards. Had that big 43-yard run. And they'll give it to Bell, and he'll slide to the outside and has enough for the first down. Tripped up by McPhee.
Le'Veon Bell, what a great college career he had. Led the Big Ten, was 5th overall in rushing in the nation, and a big guy, like 245 pounds, so you know he can pass protect. He's proven himself as a good receiver and converting some big third downs now.
Missed the first 3 games of the season with a foot injury, so just started to round into shape. Made his NFL debut in the game in London at the end of September. Roethlisberger on first down, flag is thrown. Miller makes the catch. Heath Miller is taken down by Darrell Smith, and you saw the flag come in.
Holding. Defense, number 21. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that was Lardarius Webb.
Now they've moved Webb back into that slot corner position. And they have improved as a defense since he went in there. You know, a lot of people think that playing cornerback on the outside is the toughest role in this nickel and dime defense. By far, it's playing the slots the toughest. This time you can see Elvis Dumerville with that bad ankle. He did not want to put it in the ground, and Kelvin Beachum taking care of him as well.
$11 minutes left in the fourth.
Comes the blitz again.
And Ben's going to go deep and incomplete. And a flag is thrown. Antonio Brown with Corey Graham covering on the play. And this one is going to go against the Ravens.
Like Antonio Brown gave a little late push off, but the flag was already thrown by that point.
Pass, holding, defense number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Looked like Corey Graham right off the bat here is going to grab the back of Antonio Brown's shirt. Just a little jersey pull. That is the only thing that everybody sees when the jersey gets tugged, and you could see the little give and take down the field. The flag was already gone by that point. So a couple of big penalties here helping the Steelers.
Home team's been flagged 8 times tonight. Ball at the 27, first down. To the end zone and 2 deep, and the coverage is good on Sanders. He's doubled on the play. Graham is there with him. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Starting to see a lot more man coverage out of the Ravens than what we saw earlier in the year. They've got faith in these 3 cornerbacks on the outside. There's Corey Graham, little double move, and he was beaten. He almost grabbed him. You can see him kind of grab for the hip, but did not. But the reason that they're starting to do more man coverage is they're starting to have more faith in this pass rush from their front four. They're getting better as Haloti Ngata gets healthier.
On a 2nd and 10, and it's tipped and incomplete. Tried to float it in to Bell, and James Ahedebo got back there, the safety, to swat it aside. 3rd down.
What a nice play by James Ahedebo, and what a huge contributor he's been. It was supposed to be Michael Huff that took over that other safety position. Of course, both safeties leaving for the Ravens, and Ben just tried to drop it in over his head, but Ahedebo able to get back and get underneath it. That would have been a touchdown.
3rd and 10. Field goal still makes it a 2-possession game. So a big conversion here for Pittsburgh. As Roethlisberger throws, and it's caught at the 11-yard line, and they get the first down and set up a 1st and goal on a catch by Antonio Brown.
Just remarkable timing here. I've been through that ball before Antonio Brown even thought about turning around. Working down the field, he knew he was going to go to him in man coverage the whole way, so he rolled that way to change the angle of the throw and make it easier. Great play by Ben.
84th catch of the season, 4th tonight for the league leader, In receptions, Brown. And now a timeout is taken by Baltimore. Their second. 1st and goal when we're back.
It is a cold, raw, rainy night. It is very uncomfortable for the fans, very uncomfortable for the players. A very damp and raw kind of an evening.
The temperatures have fallen as the afternoon has segued into the evening.
Brady stands in the pocket, fires to the end zone, and is caught. Touchdown.
Got a man back there in the back of the end zone. It's Doug Baldwin. Touchdown!
Pass is caught, Eric Decker. Touchdown, Denver Broncos.
He's in. Touchdown, Houston.
A question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever take your hat off?
If you had hair like mine, you'd never take your head off. I do on the trips. I try to limit exposure to the trips and the national anthem.
Hey, and it's a new day with new installs, so it's a foreign country to a lot of these young guys. They got no idea what they're doing.
Wow, look at this.
Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and we've got hockey for you tomorrow on NBC. It starts at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. 2 of the original 6, the New York Rangers and the Boston Bruins. From Beantown tomorrow, NHL hockey on NBC.
Well, they got a touchdown last time they were in the red zone. Can they do it again against this top red zone defense?
1st and goal from the 8. Baltimore has used 2 of its timeouts, which could be significant as we head to the finish. And the pass is caught by Miller, and Heath Miller tries to work his way into the end zone, and it's going to be spotted just short of the goal line. Darryl Smith saving the touchdown. They'll go no huddle here on 2nd and goal.
Of course, trying to keep any of the goal line kind of defenses off the field. They're stuck over here on the boundary, and Le'Veon Bell.
And this is Bell who walks into the end zone.
Well, we see Tom Brady do this all the time. He gets a big play, goes right down to the goal line. Get him up there, don't let those big monsters in there, and Heath Miller comes down and blows open another hole. Here he comes right down in here. Catches Darryl Smith, and there's just nobody else there. Now we got ourselves a ball game.
I'll say, well, it figures. It's Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and so many of these games are decided by 3 points. So many go right down to the end, as did the one in Pittsburgh on October the 20th. Beacham is shaken up, so the left tackle comes off for the moment under his own power. Sweezum is in to try to reduce the lead to 5. So 9.5 to go on this Thanksgiving night in Baltimore. 19-14 Ravens.
Hand up to Moreno, right side, nice hole, stiff arm. Moreno's out in the open, jumps over the top of Ed Reed, jumped right over the top of him.
Reggie breaks tackle after tackle. Oh, what a great effort by Reggie. Breaking tackle, stays on his feet.
Running to the left, breaks a tackle, 35-30, open field. Touchdown, Alfred Morris. Got that home run celebration.
Finds a little crease left side. CJ on the run at the 45.
Dropped his shoulder and accelerated through those 2 tackles. Great run by CJ Spiller.
Throws to the left side, caught by Ballard. 10, 5, he dives for the end zone. Colts win! Colts win! Colts win!
He's at the 5. He dives
into the end zone. Touchdown! Tight
50, 10, 5, there he goes! Touchdown! Trent Richardson!
Trying to pick a hole, nothing there. And gets another block. He's on the angle. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Looks for running room, got a big hole. He's across the 30, there goes Beast Mode. He's gonna run away. They're not gonna catch him. Touchdown, Seahawks.
He's run for more than 2,000 yards. He's running back immortality, making him the 7th player in NFL history to run for 2,000 yards. The crowd comes to its feet to salute the best running back in the NFL.
I'm very thankful that I was born in the great old USA. I was born to a mother who's just about the greatest woman a man could ever want to be around, into a great family. They taught me that service to your fellow men is a great thing. We're not the only people on the planet. It led me to a life of teaching and sharing. I hope you'll all help somebody and remember what you're thankful for on this great day.
Well, we've talked about Dick LeBeau for years and what a man he is, and anybody who knows him knows he is really something extraordinary. Went into the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago, and everybody was thrilled for him as the kickoff is a bouncing ball that's fielded at the 25-yard line and then run back to the 34. Kyle Juszczyk, the backup fullback. It's the oldest. He has the oldest starting unit in the league. They average 29 years of age, and of course a lot of that's on the back end with Clark, Taylor, and Polamalu, and then you saw Brett Kiesel before he got hurt tonight in the game. So they're old back there. Well, LeBeau's the youngest 76-year-old we've ever known.
He can shoot his age on the golf course about any time he wants to, and he was a part of the original sort of Thanksgiving Day packages.
Take it back low and slow, bro, is his mantra.
That's it. But back in 1962, an undefeated Packers team came in to play his Lions, and Bart Starr got sacked 11 times in that game, and the Lions broke their streak with a 26-14 win. Fast forward several years, Dick LeBeau got hired by Bart Starr, goes down to the basement of his house, and he sees a picture of 8 Lions sacking Bart Starr in a poster-sized thing on the wall. He said, you know, I never really liked Bart Starr much until that moment, but gained a whole new respect for the guy when I saw that picture.
Yeah, so Bart doing a little piece on one of the earlier games today after Rice gains 3. That pass to Jones up to the 40-yard line, so it's 3rd and 4. Interesting strategy here by Baltimore, going no huddle with a 5-point lead and 1 timeout. You thought they would start to take a little time off the clock, but that's not the case. But now they can take some more time off because Rice is going to get a first down and take the ball inside the Pittsburgh 40 to the 38-yard line. Big play, gain of 22.
You know, sometimes you have these read blitzes in which you come on the blitz unless the back releases. You assume he's going to try and block you, but in this case, he released, and my guess is that was Polamalu's man. And when he released out of the backfield, he had to turn and run with him. There was nobody left to cover him.
6 catches for Rice tonight, 38 yards. Here's Pierce, and Pierce looking for a hole, and it closes very, very quickly. Winds up in the arms of Al Woods. Short gain, 2nd and 9.
You know, all of a sudden now that Sean Sweezum in motion field goal they never got off starts to feel a little bigger and bigger, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Halfway through the 4th quarter.
I think Torrey Smith jumped. I think he did last week too.
Offense number 82, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So many false starts tonight against Baltimore at home.
You know what happens, and all right, as a former wide receiver, I'm going to say this. People say, how in the world can a wide receiver, you're looking at the ball, you know, all that kind of stuff. You usually jump off sides at home because you can actually hear the quarterback make the calls. You're used to not being able to hear it.
2nd and 14. And Here's Pierce, but he's going to get run out of bounds right after he makes the catch. That was the 5th false start tonight against the Ravens. So it's 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, and here's one of those you don't necessarily go for the first down, but you'd sure love to have about 7-8 yards and give your kicker a shot at this one. So this may well be, who's it, Bernard Pierce coming out of the backfield here trying to do a little catch and run action.
3rd down and 12 from the 40. Flacco jostled, gets it away, caught, and to the 30-yard line. Taylor saves the first down. Torrey Smith makes the catch, but it sets up a 47-yard field goal attempt for Tucker.
Boy, Torrey Smith and Ike Taylor on the outside, top of the screen there. This is just turning into a slugfest between them. Is there a foul in there? Yeah, probably. But I don't think he quite gets there. And Joe Flacco doing a pretty good impersonation of Ben Roethlisberger tonight. Some of his slides around the pocket. But mission accomplished there. Don't get the first down, but set up this field goal attempt.
26 consecutive attempts have been made by Tucker. This one from 48. Cook puts it down. And Tucker's kick, good. That's 5 field goals for him tonight. 5:37 remaining, but it's still a 1-possession game. Baltimore 22, Pittsburgh 14. Happy Thanksgiving.
Over the top, got a man back there in the back of the end zone. It's Doug Baldwin. Touchdown! Pass is caught, Eric Decker. Touchdown, Denver Broncos.
He's in. Touchdown, Houston.
And here he gets the ball, looks to throw it, just slips right out of his hand.
Wow.
Boy, it's a struggle to get every single yard that they're earning here.
Okay, get to it.
Nice ball.
Oh, come on, catch it, just catch it.
Back on the ball, I want to see it again. Get our head out of our we're playing sloppy. Let's go.
Jeez, jailbreak.
Damn, what are we doing?
Well, you can download NFL Mobile and get live premium content like Sunday Night Football on your smartphone. Call Star Store NFL to download or go to NFL.com/mobile to learn more. 22-14. Ravens on top. 5:37. The temperature has gone from 37 to 27 on this clear night. 6 yards into the end zone. Here comes Felix Jones, the ex-Dallas Cowboy, who gets dumped at the 20-yard line by Shockey Brown. Well, over in back in Northern California, John Madden looking in tonight. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Coach, and your family. And Coach Madden's going to pick the player of the game.
Good luck. It's not easy tonight.
No.
There's a lot of candidates. We may still have the winner yet to come, seeing how this thing goes. Although, if I knew a little bit about John, Kelvin Beacham's at least going to have a chance.
He might have a chance.
Yeah.
You know, John's not crazy about kickers, but Justin Tucker is in the hunt.
There you go.
At least for a leg. From the 21-yard line, first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers is Roethlisberger with that shoulder shake and the pump fake, and a ton of time as the line does its job, and the pass is broken up. Jericho Cotchery, the intended receiver, and Graham reaches for his right hip after he defends on the play.
Well, there's a lot of things to talk about on that play, but if Corey Graham is hurt, that is significant on the back end. He had to cover Cotchery on that one for about 9 seconds. I've never seen protection that good. They left Heath Miller in to help block and Le'Veon Bell over here on this side, and they just locked down that side of the defense, and that clock just kept moving, and nobody was getting open.
And now Graham, after getting up slowly, is able to trot off, so it looks like he can come back in shortly. Has to be out for at least one play, though.
Shockey Brown comes in to replace him, and he'll get Antonio Brown on this side.
There's Brown, 84, right
there.
There's your matchup. Does Roethlisberger go that way on a 2nd and 10? Brown's going to play press coverage the way it looks right now.
Safety help over the top. There he goes.
He's going to go that way. He goes by him, and it's Brown to the 40-yard line. So Brown wanted to get his hands on him at the line of scrimmage. Shockey, that is, and it was Antonio who was able to avoid that and get loose for 19.
One of the toughest guys in the NFL to try and jam. Antonio Brown just makes Shockey Brown look awful on that play, and Ben was going that way the entire time. Big-time play.
Graham back in the game, as you see, so he goes on Brown right now. Bunch the receivers to the left side.
I think you still have to test Corey Graham. Find out how healthy he is.
Well, Ben's going to look over the middle this time, and he's going to go to Heath Miller to the 48-yard line with 4:45 left in regulation.
I guarantee you somebody in the press box right now is watching every move Corey Graham is making. That is their #1 receiver, the top receiver in the NFL, and Antonio Brown, and Corey Graham is one-on-one. They've been giving safety help this way when he's been split wide in that 3-by-1 set, and they probably will here again with Matt Elam now in a help position.
2nd and 2. And Ben throws, and that's caught. Nice grab by Miller. First down. Here's Michelle.
Well, the Steelers are conducting this drive without their starting left tackle, Kelvin Beachum. He is questionable with a right knee injury, sitting on the bench right now. It doesn't look like he's ready to come back in, guys.
All right, thanks, Michelle. That means Mike Adams, the one-time starter there. He is 76. Second-round pick out of Ohio State last year, is the man in that spot.
Be careful, though. Now you got Suggs against Adams with no help. There's no back that side that can possibly help him here. Better get this one out fast, Ben.
And he does, and Miller makes the catch. And the longtime security blanket, the tight end, picks up 13 yards and a first down.
Well, Ben's just done a masterful job tonight seeing these blitzes coming, and when they do, he just takes it quickly and gets it out to the hot read and picks up another first down.
Gain of 13. Roethlisberger is thrown for 207 yards.
Smith wasn't even looking. He was giving a signal to the safety, and that's why it ended up so wide open.
Inside 3 minutes. To the outside. Bell, and he gets wrapped up, can't go anywhere. Jameel McLean making the tackle. And Pittsburgh's going to take its first timeout before a 2nd down and 9.
Sometimes you throw those hot passes and you just get any part of the ball you can. Forget the laces.
And here he gets the ball, looks to throw it, just slips right out of his hand.
So Pittsburgh taking a timeout. They have 2 plus the 2-minute warning. Not an issue right now. 2nd down and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Now it looks like single coverage down here at the bottom if Ben wanted to take a shot at Corey Graham now.
And this time Graham is on Sanders. And Ben launching one, and it's incomplete as Sanders went down as he crossed the goal line. Falling down, reaching for it, couldn't hold on, 3rd and 9.
Oh my goodness, he had it.
And there's a flag down, but upfield, and it's against Pittsburgh.
2nd down.
Ben saw exactly what I saw, and that was Corey Graham out here on the outside. Didn't even disguise it, just showed the single coverage, took advantage, and Sanders just could not stay on his feet.
Yeah, it was a face mask call, so a big one on Adams.
The tackle coming back, and even with Heath Miller over there to help, Mike Adams is no match unless he has improved greatly from where we saw him earlier in the year. It is a very tough matchup for him on Suggs.
It makes it a 2nd and 24.
And there goes Heath to the other side, so no help now.
4-man rush, dump it off underneath. Bell has room inside the 30, and Bell to the 20-yard line on a 2nd and 24. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Well, that is a play that's relatively new now. The offensive line here just come out and block in front of this screen. It's like a middle screen with a wide receiver. So instead of the outside receiver going out, they send the lineman down the field, and that was huge.
Good block by the center, Velasco. The ball is at the 20-yard line. Roethlisberger hit as he throws, and incomplete, intended for Cotchery. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning at officially 1:57 to go. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. What else is new? Going right down to the wire. 22-14.
The best team in America is ready.
It's clobbering time.
For kickoff.
Ready, set, what?
The pitch.
Uh-oh.
The game.
Football's so great.
And The Simpsons.
I'm the worst thing to happen to sports since Fox.
Watch The Simpsons on Fox.
Fox Sports proudly presents the NFL. Spectacular. Sensational. But most of all, big, bigger, biggest. The NFL on Fox Sports.
Don't think. You know it. Let's go. Thinking gets you in trouble.
Right now, what I'm seeing here is we're thinking so much, we're getting lined up, but we're not violent.
We can practice very average and be very average, or we can practice great and be great, man. You really shouldn't score there. You know that, right? Because now we got to kick off to them. They could go score, kick an onside kick and win the game. Yeah, it's a get down victory. So that's why I don't get 5. But it's a touchdown. It doesn't matter. We don't want to.
After the game, the Wendy's post-game report. The Madden Thanksgiving players of the game will sit down for a mini feast with Michelle. Chris and I will take a look ahead to our matchup in 3 days. The Giants and the Redskins on Sunday Night Football coming up right after the game.
You know, Al, when you think you've got an advantage with something, with Suggs coming off the edge, sometimes an offense will call a screen right behind it because you know he's going to be screaming coming off of there trying to get the sack.
And let's see what Ben calls here on a 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. To the goal line, caught and into the end zone. Heath Miller for the touchdown. He's been doing it for 9 years, and clearly they'll go for 2 points here as Harbaugh looks and checks it out on the board. He does get into the end zone, does Miller, as they review it upstairs as they do all scoring plays. Heath Miller, 8 catches tonight, 87 yards, and Adams comes limping off.
Yeah, but he did his job. The little out and up move we see so much down in the red zone. A little outside, then up the field. Josh Bynes reacts to the first move, and here it goes. That doesn't matter. It always comes down to the last 2 minutes with these two teams. Well, I tell you, I could call these games. Ooh, that's close.
Well,
you know, the interesting thing about that, it could actually benefit the Steelers if he were down and they could burn a little clock here.
Right. And just make sure they get into the end zone.
Well, yeah, they're going to
obviously.
Detail.
We saw a similar play in the first quarter, which was initially ruled a touchdown. Then it was spotted inside the 1.
The previous play is under review.
You know, and now those timeouts that Baltimore took earlier in the game when we didn't think they were going to be very significant, those timeouts are pretty significant now.
All scoring plays again reviewed upstairs. Taking a look at this right now to see if he does indeed get into the end zone. And then clearly the next big thing, if he did get in, is what are they going to call for the 2-point conversion? So Blakeman comes over. Possession, knee is down,
short.
A little short.
Yeah.
Well,
and
his knee, there it is, right there.
I think he's short. I think they have to run another play. And there's another significant part of this. Guy Wimper is now in the game, so they're down to their 3rd tackle on that side now going against Trell Suggs.
Knee down right there, yeah. So that's where the ball is going to be spotted at about the 9-inch line.
So now, let's say that they don't make it on first down. Baltimore is almost forced to take their remaining timeout some bizarre way, provided they eventually score. Rub, a pick, and somebody sneaking underneath. You got the bunch down here to the right. a lot of crossing action and see if you can't free somebody up.
2nd and goal. Bell swings to the outside. Helmet goes flying, but he's in for the touchdown. It looked like they had him stopped, but he's hurt.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, so he goes into the end zone. He scores to make it a 2-point game, but the helmet went off, and clearly he is in distress.
Oh, my goodness.
And Jimmy Smith is down, too. Oof.
The rule now is the play ends immediately when the helmet comes off, but oh, my goodness.
Helmet to helmet. Clearly Smith comes in.
I thought he had possession crossing the line. At least as that helmet was coming off, he took the second blow.
So both guys are still down. And what a shot taken. Clearly you could see it on the replay. Obviously the helmet to helmet blow, the concern about Bell right now, their rookie running back who got a late start this year because of a foot injury. And now you've got a situation where you got two guys you're thinking about, one in particular. It's a 2-point game, a 2-point conversion to come. And fortunately Bell getting up.
And even the Ravens fans giving him a nice ovation here.
Well,
but, this is a bitter rivalry, but a classy one.
And I'll tell you, there's something else going to go on here right now, too, because it was ruled a touchdown. They're going to review this. Now, the instant the helmet comes off, and you pointed this out, Chris, when the helmet comes off, the play is over. So as they review it, with Bell wobbly going back to the sideline, if the helmet is off before the ball is across the goal line, this won't count.
What constitutes off?
That's off.
That's before he crosses the line.
It sure looks like it. Yeah, this. If I had to guess right now, I think they're going to put this ball again at about the 6-inch line because the helmet is off, and when the helmet's off, that's the end of the play. Period. No forward progress, nothing else. That's it. Right there. Oh, boy. So they look at it, and they're going to give him the touchdown. They already took a look at it upstairs and gave him the touchdown. Now the 2-point conversion. So Dwyer has to come in as the running back.
It's
and
not
now
over yet.
No, I think Blakeman may have led him up to the line before they reviewed it.
Previous play is under review.
That's what I thought. I mean, there's no way they're going to let this go without Blakeman coming over and looking under the hood.
Well, you know what the replay official does? He takes every minute to review that thing. And until they get to the line of scrimmage, he can still be looking at it back and forth. But I have seen that one before. The minute that helmet comes off, it's done. And it is completely off there, and the ball is not across the line.
Remember, was it the play with Jason Witten where the helmet came off and he ran about 15 more yards, and then they put this rule into effect?
Well, and the reasons are obvious. I mean, and it's a good rule, but an unfortunate rule for Le'Veon Bell, who gave himself up for that touchdown, and now it's going to be taken back.
Well, if it's not a touchdown, it's still going to be 3rd down, and obviously 2 more shots at the end zone. So figure, I mean, this is crazy. You got Miller, who looks like he's in, but then they take it back. Then they don't get in with Bell. Then they get in with Bell, but they may take this back because his helmet came off. Bell is hurt. Dwyer's in.
And it may all benefit the Steelers at the end of this time if they are burning time off the clock here. I mean, it's the most bizarre ending I think I've seen to a football game. Nuances of
this
rules
week
coming into play. It's crazy.
All right, here's Blakeman.
After the play, his helmet came off with the ball positioned at the 1.5 yard line. By rule, The helmet comes off, kills the play. Therefore, it will be 3rd down and goal at the 1-yard line, Pittsburgh.
Well, as we surmised, no bell. The other backs are Felix Jones and Jonathan Dwyer. And again, obviously, 4th down situation, so they'll get 2 cracks at trying to get into the end zone and still need the 2-point conversion. Now, Will Johnson, a fullback, comes into the game as well.
Jonathan Dwyer, their leader at running back a year ago. Will Johnson flanked off in the bunch. I bet you he comes back inside to block somebody somewhere, though.
Johnson, number 46, in the right slot. Cotchery in motion. And Roethlisberger is going to throw, and it will be dropped at the goal line by Will Johnson. James Ahedebo is there. 4th down.
I think it would have been a touchdown had he caught it. He leaned it over the line. James Ahedebo with his 2nd big play. And oh my goodness, it is just a train wreck down here for the Steelers now. Fernando Velasco, the center who replaced Marquise Pouncey, goes down.
So you got your starting center, at least tonight's starting center, your 1 and 2 left tackles, and your starting running back, who will all be out of the game. That's Cody Wallace, who's a tackle by trade, and the backup center getting in some snapping practice here because he's going to have to snap it on 4th down.
Take a look at, we can see what happened to Fernando Velasco. Lodi Nada right here. Kind of just rolls right back on the back of his leg. Wow.
You can't make this stuff up.
Can't disagree with the call. All he's got to do is catch it, and it's a touchdown.
So they tend to Velasco. 4th and goal. Velasco back to the sideline.
And you see Mike Tomlin there said take him out. I mean, he was still trying to determine whether or not he could go back on the field. At the last minute he said take him out. And so now here we go with Cody Wallace. And you wonder if this limits, does he do shotgun snap well? Have they taken a snap on the sideline? I mean, so many things come into play at this point. It's only a half a yard. Could Ben just quarterback sneak it? But you got Haloti Nada in there. There's everything in play here.
It's the longest half yard. $71,000. The defense chant. They have Dwyer in the backfield next to Roethlisberger. You got Brown in the slot to the right. You got Cotchery wide to the right. Roethlisberger fires, touchdown. Cotchery, who's his main man in the red zone. Cotchery with only 34 receptions coming into the game, but 7 of those for touchdowns.
They switch it off. Corey Graham thinks he's supposed to switch this off, this pick, but the inside defender doesn't do it, so they end up with a walk-in. So all that mess that we just went through, and all it did was take time off the clock for the Ravens to try to go the other way, assuming they can get this.
2-point conversion. Got to pull another one out of the hat. Brown in the slot. Cotchery wide. Wallace with the snap. The first one was good. This one is good. And the pass is pulled in. But what are they going to say? No. Hits the ground. Emmanuel Sanders couldn't hold on. Shockey Brown was there with the coverage. So it's an unsuccessful 2-point conversion, but still an onside kick opportunity for Pittsburgh. Couldn't hold on.
Had a chance, kind of goes right through his arms. So 2 balls that were definitely catchable didn't work out.
22-20, obviously an onside kick to come. And Pittsburgh, of course, in a position where if they can recover it, they would have a timeout, and then you need a field goal to win the game. Is right. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, meanwhile, running back Le'Veon Bell was taken back to the locker room. As you saw, he is being treated for a possible concussion. This is a young man who said it was his dream to play on Thanksgiving. He was lit up all week about it, couldn't wait, had a fine performance, but back there being treated for a possible concussion now.
All right, thank you, Michelle. And there's Velasco, and we saw Beecham come out. Saw Adams come out. And now it's off the foot of Sweezum.
Again, you have to go back to the motion by Sweezum on the kick. I've never seen one botched in that way.
Has to go 10 yards before Pittsburgh can recover. Now he's going to switch around. Now he's going to kick it off his left foot, and it will not go the required distance.
Wow.
Oh, man. So he tries to fool them by initially looking he's kicking one way, then the other, then goes back to the original way, and the flag is for the kick being out of bounds and not going 10 yards.
You know, it's interesting. Did that ball go out of bounds, or was it an illegal touch by a Steeler before it got out of bounds? Because it never made it the 10 yards. And Jericho Cotchery on the tail end of that recovered the ball.
Right. It was actually off of, I think Marcus Wheaton touched it first.
Illegal touching. 89. The 5-yard penalty on the head ball spot. First down, Baltimore.
You know, they tried to go the double trickaroo.
And the left-footed kick.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
Yep.
It's not the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, sometimes you can trick yourself into things, but what a football game. I tell you, if they played 16 straight times and they wanted us to do them all, I would do them all. It's just a fantastic rivalry.
So 9 of the last 10, if this one holds at 22-20, will be decided by 3 or fewer points. Pittsburgh takes its final timeout, but Baltimore can end the game on 2 kneel downs.
Well, you have to think a little bit about the Pittsburgh Steelers now moving forward with the rash of injuries they got there on that last little series.
Well, they're going to be 5-7. They have 3 of their last 4 at home. Right now, you got Denver, New England, Indy, and Cincy as the division leaders. Kansas City would be the #1 wild card at the moment, and Baltimore would be #2 as this game comes to a finish. The others are in the hunt, but a huge win for the Baltimore Ravens and a bitter loss for the Pittsburgh Steelers as they head home in a week and a half, take on the Miami Dolphins, while the Ravens try to get healthy as well and take on the Minnesota Vikings here. They have Minnesota at Detroit, New England, and at Cincinnati is the remainder of their schedule. John Madden marking his ballots right now. We'll find out who the player or players of the game are coming up right after these messages from your local NBC station.
Fox Sports presenteert de NFL. Spectaculair. Sensationeel. Maar vooral big, bigger, biggest. De NFL op Fox Sports.